Beyond the pages.
Beyond the pages.
Welcome back, dear listeners, to another exciting episode of Beyond the Pages podcast, brought to you by Accessible Publishers Limited, where we explore the wonderful world of literature. My name is Uchechukwu Judith, and with me here is...
Hi everybody, Oluwabamise, thrilled to be here for our third episode.
And I'm James, ready to dive into another enchanting story with you all.
Today, we have a delightful treat for you. We'll be giving you an enticing sneak peek into one of our heartwarming storybooks, Kololo. Kololo is written by an esteemed author, Dr. Victor Okhai. Victor Okhai is a filmmaker, digital marketer, and management consultant. And this book is published by Accessible Publishers Limited.
Kololo tells an engrossing story about a very young boy who finds it very hard to share what he has, notwithstanding the generous nature of his parents. However, he learned his lessons the very hard way.
This novel is perfect for young readers, so sit back, relax, and let us take you on a journey beyond the pages.
A long time ago, there lived a man named Jinka. He had a wife who was called Luna. He had a son called Kololo. They lived in a village not far from the big city. They had a little dog and a cat. They also had some chickens and goats. Jinka was a very kind man. He and his wife were well loved by all the villagers. They always had food ready for any hungry person that stopped by. They also had a spare room with a big bed and warm clothing for any homeless wanderer that may stop by for the night.
We are blessed and have a roof over our head and a lot to eat and drink. It is good to share.
Jinka will always tell his wife whenever anyone stopped by and asked for their help.
Yes, my dear, it is good to share.
Lona, his wife, would always reply. Kololo, however, never liked the idea of sharing anything with anyone. He was an only child and he liked it that way.
Why should I share my things with anyone?
He would always grumble.
I am an only child. Everything belongs to me.
He was a very selfish boy. At school, Kololo had few friends because he never cared about anyone but himself. During football games, he would hold on to the ball for as long as he could and never pass it on to his teammates until the ball was taken away from him by the other team. In class, he always wanted to answer every question, whether he knew the answer or not. He would raise his hands up, and if the teacher did not call on him, he would start crying. Whenever he got to the class early, he would pick a seat in front and put his bag on the seat behind him. He would tell everyone that the seat was taken. The other pupils soon got so fed up with this that they started coming to class earlier than him. They would put their bags on the seats beside them and only their friends sit on them. Whenever he came, he would find all the seats already taken. If he asked to sit on an empty one, he would be told it was already taken.
I won't.
He would cry.
By spirit, Kololo.
They would reply. This always made him very angry, but other pupils would not let him sit beside them until the teacher arrived. The other pupils would laugh at him and tease him, making him even angrier. One day, the school organized a camping expedition in the forest for members of the leadership club. Kololo was a member of the club. On the day of the expedition, his mother Luna prepared extra food and drinks for his lunch pack.
You might get very hungry and tired from the long walk in the forest,
she said to him. Kololo did not complain. He loved food. His mother wore him extra warm clothing. He tried to take them off.
Mama, I look like a clown in these clothes. My friends will laugh at me.
He complained.
Of course not, my son. You need them. The weather is cold in the forest.
Reluctantly, He agreed to put them on, especially because his mom had added an extra piece of chicken to his lunch. Kololo loved chicken.
Be a good boy. Don't fight. And remember that it is always good
To share.
Kololo replied as his father bade him goodbye. His mother smiled and waved too as he hurried off to school. The forest was dark, with tall trees covering the sky from up above. All over there were thick bushes and trees around. The teacher, Mr. Ogani, and the leadership club president, Timo, led the way. They had machetes with which they cleared the thick bushes and made way for others to follow. Apart from the sound of their feet and the machetes cutting through the thick bushes, there were sounds of different birds singing.
Look, monkeys!
Timo stopped and pointed to a tree nearby.
This is their natural habitat.
Mr. Ogani replied.
Monkeys live on trees in the forest.
not in zoos.
Poka, another boy asked. He was from the city and had just come to the village to live with his grandmother.
Not only in zoos.
Mr. Ogani replied.
Most animals live in the forest. When they are captured by men, they are taken to zoos for people to pay and watch them.
That's cruel.
Aranta, the smallest boy in the class, added.
Yes,
Mr. Ogani agreed.
but I'm afraid there is very little we can do about it. People in the city who have never been to a forest before do not know what some of these animals look like. That's why they love to go to the zoo to pay and watch them. The zoos also help to protect endangered species.
They soon got to a clearing in the jungle,
We shall make this place our camp.
said Mr. Ogani. The children were excited.
Put on your bags. We will build a tent here and play some games.
Within an hour, the children, under the watchful eyes of the teacher, had put up a beautiful study tent. Soon, they were playing all sorts of games. Kololo soon got tired and hungry, but he did not want to share lunch with anybody. He had an idea.
Let's play hide and seek.
He said with a smile on his lips.
Yes, hide and seek.
The other children chorused.
Okay,
Mr. Ogani agreed.
but after that, we must break for lunch. I'll go first.
Kololo grabbed his lunch pack and disappeared into the thick forest. He tried to go as far away from others as he could, so he could eat his food alone. He ran and ran and ran till he was too tired to run anymore. He stopped under a big tree, sat down and started eating alone. Back in the camp, the others were looking for him.
Kololo, Kololo.
They were all calling out. Their voices echoed back and frightened away the little birds in the trees. It was getting dark. Time to go back, and Mr. Ogani was getting worried.
Maybe he's gone back home.
Aranta said. He was getting tired and hungry. He wanted to go back home.
What if he has been eaten up by wild animals?
Poka said.
Stop it!
Aranta cried. He was getting tired.
I want to go back home to my mommy.
Mr. Ogani was getting confused, but he did not want the children to see this. He knew he had to take them home to their families, but he could not live without Kololo. What would he tell his parents? Kololo had finished his food all alone by himself. A chimpanzee had come while he was eating and tried to join him. He chased it away. It was hungry, but Kololo refused. He chased it in vain. When it came to food, Kololo could defend it with his life. He was not afraid of the chimpanzee or anyone that attempted to share or take his food from him. He was ready at last to go to the others, but he had forgotten which way he came from. He looked to the left, then right, then left again. Everywhere looked the same. He heard the distant sound of a monkey in distress. Was it being eaten up by a lion?
Of course not.
He told himself. It would climb high up a big tree and escape. Was it being eaten up by a snake? a big snake, a python. There was a rustle in the bushes behind him, and he jumped forward in fright. Now he was scared, really scared. He started running wildly in the forest, calling the names of his friends. No one answered. Mr. Ogani had lost control of the children. He wanted to find Kololo first, but the children all wanted to go home. They were tired and hungry, and it was getting dark. Finally, and rather reluctantly, Mr. Ogani decided to take them all back to the village and get some help from the other villagers. Back in the village, as soon as they arrived, the news about Kololo missing spread like wildfire. All the men in the village gathered in front of the chief's palace. Jinka and Lola, Kololo's parents, were also there.
Nothing must happen to that child.
The chief said he was a wise old man, well loved by all his subjects. He had ordered the village town crier to take a gong around the village and announce that all men must gather at once in front of the palace. All the villagers loved Jinka and his wife. They did not like to see them sad.
Jinka, go home with your wife Luna. All the men will go into the forest and make sure that your little boy comes back home to you alive.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness.
Jinka replied.
May you live long.
He went back home rather reluctantly with his wife. The men took with them weapons, lanterns, and some drums and headed for the forest. We bet you can't wait to get hold of this captivating storybook. Find out what later happened to Kololo when you get this book.
Absolutely, it's a tale that speaks to the heart and soul of young readers, no matter their age.
And that's a wrap for our third episode of Beyond the Pages podcast. We hope you enjoyed the adventurous journey we took you on today.
Don't forget to grab your own copy of Kololo from Accessible Publishers Limited and share the joy of reading with your children this vacation. You can chat us up on WhatsApp via 070-144-43069.
Yes, join us again next time as we explore other captivating topics that takes us on a thrilling literary journey. We would really love you to check out on our different social media platforms. Check us out on Facebook at Accessible Publishers Limited, Instagram at Accessible Publishers Limited, and on Twitter at Accessible PL. You can also check out our website www.accessiblepublishers.com.
Until then, happy reading, and don't forget to continue turning those pages.